So why is it that the high holy days are the time that all of these self-proclaimed once a year or twice a year Jews come out in droves? Is it a sense of obligation? Jewish guilt? Is it because everyone wants to hear the beautiful harmonies of the choir, which will be right there pretty soon? Or to see what fabulous clothes their fellow congregants might be wearing? Or is it to hear what earth-shattering sermons our rabbis might give? Maybe. Perhaps I'm biased, but I know for a fact that many Jews in pews have a fierce emotional attachment to one prayer in particular, which happens every year, without fail, on Erev Yom Kippur. A prayer called, any guesses? Kol Nidre. You've heard of it? Yes. We all know it. We all love it. Yes. So a congregant, in fact, recently pointed out to me that the entire congregation's opinion of me as your new cantor will hinge on whether or not I adequately deliver a soul-stirring performance of Kol Nidre. This distinctive prayer has been recorded over and over again by many of the world's most famous recording artists, opera stars, and world-famous cantors, such as Richard Tucker, Perry Como, Yosela Rosenblatt, Moshe Oisher, and even achieved universal pop culture recognition as it was performed by Al Jolson in the very first talkie film in 1927, and again by Neil Diamond in the remake. Kol Nidre is so important to our service that it's repeated 3 times, just in case someone comes in late and misses it the first time or the second time. So what is it that's so compelling and emotional about Kol Nidre? If you look at the text and the history of the prayer itself, it's a bit strange. It's not structured like any other prayer. In fact, technically speaking, it's hardly a prayer at all. It's actually written as a legal formula. Named after the first 2 words in the prayer, Kol Nidre, which translates to all vows, is written in a combination of Aramaic and Hebrew. The formula proactively annuls any personal or religious oaths or prohibitions which are made between oneself and God for the next year, so as to preemptively avoid the sin of breaking vows, which are made to God, but are not or cannot be upheld. The exact author of the Kol Nidre text is unknown, but the most common theory is that it was written in the Gaonic period between the 6th and 11th centuries, at a time when Jews were being forcibly converted to Christianity and to Islam. This legal formula was a workaround so that Jews could secretly retain their faith, even while publicly taking vows to another religion. Ironically, this prayer has been used by anti-Semites dating back to the Byzantine Empire as proof that Jews were not trustworthy. In European courts of law all the way up to the 20th century, Jews were required to take oath more Judaico, a special form of oath just to reassure the public that a Jew would not offer false testimony, a rule that the courts justified because of this prayer. So again, I ask, why are Jews so emotionally attached to this prayer? Is it the music? The melody of which has been arranged and rearranged over the years by famous composers, both Jewish and non-Jewish? That could be. Is it the history and the beautiful poetry of the text? Probably not. But perhaps there is something compelling about this idea of broken vows. As we approach the high holy days, we are reminded of the 3 imperatives of the season: teshuvah, tefillah, and tzedakah. Repentance, prayer, and acts of righteousness. With these 3 tools, we can end the cycles of anger. Teshuvah, tefillah, and tzedakah can be our cities of refuge. we can turn the vows and resolutions we made to ourselves that we didn't keep into teshuvah and return to the upcoming year at a higher level of integrity and accountability. We can turn our resentments for others into tefillah, prayers of compassion for those we hold resentments towards. And to account for the injustices we have witnessed around us that we did not stand up to fight, we can work twice as hard to do more tzedakah, more acts of righteousness in the world. 58 days from now, on Rosh Hashanah, the book of life will be opened. And 10 days after that, the book will be sealed. We have the chance, starting right now, to let go of the ropes of anger, resentment, and pain from our past and walk across the bridge to a more peaceful, more serene, more meaningful, and more blessed life ahead. I hope to see all of you on the other side of that bridge. Shabbat Shalom.